Hello, everybody. Hello. I did a whole show. I had to erase it. I did a whole show without any sound. So I think my sound is correct now. Uh, man, I had a lot of energy too. So anyway, look, first of all, I just want to thank everyone. I've been getting views and I just ask you, can you please, please, pretty please, I'm trying to grow my following. If you can just give me a like, that's all I ask. Just give me a like. Hopefully, the information that I'm giving is valuable. I just ask if you could give me a like so I can improve my standing. But I just want to say thank you for everyone who's been watching, and I'm asking you for a few moments of your time. I do not take that lightly, and I kindly just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. So I just also want to let you know the goal of this show is to prove to you, right, that the stock market can multiply your income, your annual income, and your monthly income. The stock market can multiply your annual and monthly income, right? And this economy and the way things are, it's not a choice now. You have to have something, you have to have another source of income, not just from your salary, right? And uh and also, like, why do you want to go to your boss and ask for a raise? You can learn how to give yourself a raise anytime, right? When you become an investor, right? And don't take this lightly. It's not just investing in the stock market. I'm teaching you a high income skill, okay? High income skill. And this skill, you is not only for yourself, but you can also pass this skill down to your kids, okay? Very important. We don't know what the job market is going to look like with AI and all the different changes in technology. You need to have a skill set to make income. The stock market has always been here. It was here before AI. Is going to be here after, and all the different internet side hustles. It will be here after those times also. So I just want to say that it's really important that that you learn this skill. Okay, and I was just like you also. I started out. I was a failed financial advisor. Okay, um, didn't do well. Actually, I became a financial advisor during one of the worst times in stock market history, during the dot-com crash, right? And I had to clean toilets at night just to make ends meet. I wasn't making any money. Being a financial advisor is 100% commission based job. So I didn't have any money, so I had to generate some money, right? Financial advisor and can't invest. Like, what is that? But I started off just like you, right? So it doesn't matter where you start from, you can really end up in a really good place, right? And the stock market can help you get there, can help you hit your goals. And that's the goal of this program, is to help you hit your financial goals. And the thing about it is, when you become an investor and you take it seriously, like, there's no one standing in your door. Like like I said, if you want to increase your income, like for if at your job you got to ask your boss for a raise or get an annual review of 1 to 2%. Well, we can get raises at 100%, okay, at a time. So we can uh, really compound our money when we make sound decisions in the market, and you can multiply your salary. It's like having another person working for you. And you really have when you're investing in the stock market, you really have thousands of people with high skill set working for you, creating these businesses and operating these businesses, and you get to own a piece of those businesses. All right. But we're going to show you, how do you really make money in the stock market. Even with all the craziness that's going on right now, you can always make money. There's always a way to make money in the stock market. But first, we're going to have to go into the weeds real quick. Today was a crazy day in the market. So the topic today is so yeah, Donald Trump decided to renegotiate all trade deals throughout the world. Um, and no one expected him to do what he's doing currently. But I don't know why, but you didn't expect that. But he's doing what he said he was going to do, right? And the stock market just didn't take it too kindly. Right now, down 1,700 points. You know, that's one of the uh, most the stock market has been down since the pandemic. It was one of the worst days since the pandemic we've had since 2020. So just not a good time. So let's have a quick discussion about the tariffs and show you where he's. So reciprocal tariffs: China 34%, European Union 20%, Vietnam. What did Vietnam do to Donald Trump? 90%. This is the crazy thing. I was just having a conversation with my son. He said, "Well, could there be 100%?" I said, "No, you're probably not going to get 100%." Well, I was wrong. 90%. Taiwan 64%. Japan 24%. India 26%. South Korea 25%. Thailand 36%. UK 10%. Cambodia 49%. Malaysia 47%. Indonesia 64%. And the last one, South Africa 30%. Brazil 10%. Bangladesh 37%. And Taiwan 10%. Look, this is crazy. This is crazy. But I was looking at some of the deals we have, and we do not have some of the best deals right now throughout the world, throughout the trade. So, but if he keeps these tariffs on, it is going to be really bad for the market. Okay, it's going to be really bad for the market, and we're looking at also prices increasing because as you have to bring goods in, and as tariff is a tax that will be added on and um, will be given to us, right? Will be tacked on to our bill as consumers, and we will, when we buy things, we'll to pay. And then some of the things we won't even see anymore because it won't make sense for companies to import them. Okay, um, and the whole thing is about, should we bring manufacturing um, back to the United States? And I definitely agree with that. Manufacturing should come back, but some things, um, the profit margin isn't there. So some things are just going to disappear. You just won't see them. You know, so we'll see. We'll see how this works out. But you really, to really understand, you really have to kind of get into the mind of Donald Trump. And what Donald Trump is a real estate investor. I think we don't think about that enough. It's a real estate investor. Look, as I was telling you before, I was a financial advisor. I wasn't making any money, and so I had to clean buildings at night to make ends meet. And while I was doing this, I started, I wouldn't spend the money, I would save it. And I noticed that the real estate market was going through some of the same changes, right? Same acceleration as the stock market. And I started, every dollar I got, I was started buying I started buying real estate. And I built up a pretty nice portfolio, right? And I told myself, look, I definitely don't want to do this for the rest of my life. It wasn't, I mean, there's nothing wrong. If you clean buildings, that's fine. It's not what I wanted to do, right? And my objective is to save up, put the money aside. So in saying this, because I understand as a real estate investor, our goal, we want low rates. Okay. We want our rates to be low because mortgage debt service expense is a real expense that real estate investors have. Okay. You know, it's one of the largest expenses you'll have. So it's, all the operating expenses plus the debt service. And then, minus the income that the property will generate. And that's how you know your return. Well, of course, that return has diminished significantly because the rates are so high. I mean, it's really depressed the real estate market right now. Realtors, I think home sales are at lows right now. I don't know if it's an annual low, but home sales are really low right now. And, it's just not doing what it was. And so having a heart of an idea of real estate where you want low rates. Well, Jerome Powell, who is the Federal Reserve chairman, says, look, we don't need, in order to get those low rates, we have to cut rates. Rates have to be cut. You need a rate cut to lower the rates, right? Which is going to lower the cost of goods, cost of all financial products when we're borrowing, as a purchase a house or a car or any of those things. You want rates to be low so your payment will be low. Okay. So ideal is, how can we get rates low? Well, we can't lower rates just because we want to. I mean, we've done that in the past. We can't do it right now because what's that's going to do is we'll tap into the inflation thing again, right? Inflation will run rampant again, and we don't want that, right? We've already been through that. I mean, inflation is still high. I mean, I'm listening to a lot of financial shows, and as well as my own. You go to the supermarket, and I really didn't notice, you know, how much you're spending, but you're going to spend like at least $75, and you're going to come out with just a few things. I mean, the price of eggs, just a few months ago, it's come down a little bit, but it was crazy, right? And I'll go to the supermarket and I would see no eggs in the egg section, right, in the freezer, refrigerated section. And so what happens is that was basically, the rates had to be increased to lower demand. So it's a lever, right, that we can use to lower demand. So when demand comes down, right, then prices can come down also. But when demand is high, prices have to go up with demand just to keep pace with the demand and just to help lower the demand. So that's the reason why companies increase prices. Yes, some are greedy, but also to lower the demand because people keep buying things, and then the companies have to produce these things. They don't want spikes. They want consistent. If they have to manufacture, they want things consistently, right? And they want them according to their forecast. So when they have to catch up with demand, then they have to hire more people. They have to buy more supplies, right? And then you don't know if demand's going to end all of a sudden. So then you end up with products that you can't sell. So steady demand, right? Steady prices, okay, helps demand. All right. So understand, and as investors, we have to forecast, right? We have to forecast, and we have to be able to look out into the future. Look, we are a Christian-based club and investment club, okay? And we as regards to what we believe in, we believe that God has a bright future for us. Everything is future looking. Even investing is future looking. We have a hope that our future will be better than where we are currently. When we're investing, we're hoping that our investments will become fruitful and we'll be in better position to do what things we want to do and hit our financial goals. That's our goals. That is our goal as an investor. Okay. So, and when we do this, when prices are stable, then we can make investments. But when they're not, it's really hard. And the stock market is not taking it too kindly right now. So, in saying that, and saying all of that, and how this is going to affect you, is that I think Donald Trump is really aiming for a rate cut. All right. So the first rate cut is expected in June. Another one expected in September. Another one in December. And initially, this wasn't the case. I mean, the economy was doing better, so it's like, well, maybe we won't get a rate cut this year. Well, it does not look like that's going to happen. So what I'm saying is that the market may, I mean, probably before June, because the market is forward looking, looks forward and comes back. It discounts, okay, and compounds forward and discounts back, and so if we're trying to do that, then we're able if we're able to get that, then we'll probably have a a bounce up to upwards in the market, and stock market prices will recover. Okay. Um, so, but yes, I think the main focus is he wants these rate cuts, as well as to make sure they come, as well as some other things. But it's going to be interesting. But this, I mean, if he keeps these tariffs on, and they're saying that he's, everyone's talking about, well, Donald Trump's the ultimate negotiator, and he wants to negotiate. They're saying that he's not negotiating right now. He's just said we're going to just leave him with this. We're going to change how America deals with the market. All right, we're going to change how America trades around the world, and the practices that we currently have are not fair. Okay. So, but look, I believe, and I tell everyone my we're going to make money no matter, regardless of what market we're in, right? We're going to make income regardless of what. How do we do that? And I'm gonna go to the next segment called "How to Make Money in Stock Market in the Trinity." Okay, so. So this is at the clubs. This is our strategy. It's called the Stock Market Trinity, right? You have to be prepared for all markets, and this system that we have is really working right now. I just had one of the members. She just man made like $500-600 in her first close to $500 in her first dividend check that she received. And really, I mean, the next check from next month, and these are monthly checks that she'll receive. The next check next month, she'll basically pay for her membership for the entire year. Plus, she'll have some left over, and then everything else she earns is flush to her. Okay, so we believe in monthly dividends, collecting monthly dividend checks. All right, and dividends aren't popular until they become popular. And right now, dividends are popular. We can earn income while we wait for the market to turn around. So when the market turns around, right? Therefore, we're looking at option contracts. We're going to turn the $500, $600, $1,000, how much dividend income that you're receiving. We're going to turn that, and we're going to multiply that 30, 50, 100% in the option market. This market will you can probably do 100% in this market, but this is probably a different market. It's a little bit more volatile than usual, but I believe that after a while, the market will get used to the tariff talk, as well as we'll start moving towards those. The market will start anticipating the rate cuts, and once the market anticipates the rate cuts, and we get used to the tariff, because it's usually best. It's like when you first get a spanking, it's like the first lick. Usually, the first one is the worst, right? First one can be the worst, but after a while, you kind of get used to it. And that's that. But we'll begin the option, and once we earn the money in options, we take the money back to the dividend account, and also we take it to our long-term portfolio. So how does this work together? So at the end of the year, because what we are, like I said, I'm teaching you a high income skill, and we are fund managers. We're managing our own money. So as fund managers, we can then take, hey, look, if we earn 30%. 20, 30% in our long term, we can take that 30% out, or we can let it ride, right? We can, in the options trading, we can close out our options, we can earn income there, and dividends we can earn. And when we put them all together, the strategy, we're going to earn money in the market. And this allows us to earn money in any market, right? Rather, we're waiting right now for the market to clear so we can put in some option plays, we can do that, okay? We can do all those things. Oh, I don't know if I did this. Let me show the disclosure. All right. So the information provided for Stock Club for educational, informational purposes only, and should not be considered financial investment tax advice. Views expressed by others. Yes, their own So look, everybody in your family should have a brokerage account. Like, just think about somebody set up a brokerage account for you and started investing, then you would have a lot of money set aside. I've set aside for my kids, so for their education, their brokerage account, and for when they get older to buy their first house, put them in a better position, right? And then you also to not go in debt and things, to invest instead of going in debt and paying the money to a credit card, to invest, and you become the credit card, okay? And have companies pay you interest instead of you paying out interest. Credit cards 20, 30%. It's crazy, right? With all the other things that's going on right now, people losing their jobs. Um, so this is a time you really need to step up your financial education and not just, well, this is just how it is. No, it's not just how it is. You need to get with a club. You don't understand. Like, I started out just like you, nervous about the market, getting nervous on the market when things don't go, when market crashes. Well, what's going to happen to my money? There are ways to make money always, okay, in the market, through dividends, through options, and I'm saying that all of them are going to do well at any particular time, but there are options, right? And you have to take risks. I mean, you have to take risks. I wouldn't take any risk right now on your own. Join the club, investment. Also has some information, a free, my free ebook, e-course, basic information, and I give you some basic picks on how to generate some income starting out. Okay, and like I said, nothing's guaranteed, right? It's not guaranteed, but if you want to start, you can start there. All right, my name is Donald Green, and I appreciate your time. I'm so blessed and honored that you gave me a few seconds. You could be looking at some joke, and I know it's so many funny things and things going on. And I know financial education isn't like the most popular thing or the fun thing, but putting in this work now and just listen to some information and making a decision to maybe join our club and going to the next level, it's going to be one of the best decisions I think you can make in your life. All those other things, watching, they're not going to really change your life. Joining a investment club, learning information, and being willing to, take some risk, and of course, understanding that, stocks do go up and down, but you're willing to take some risks so you can take your finances to the next level. All right. And I'm working on my mantra also. Okay. Um, my mantra is I'm an investor, and everything I touch bears good fruit. My family will bear good fruit. My uh, my investments will bear good fruit. My relationships will bear good fruit. Everything I do is fruitful, right? Working on that. Tell me, guys, what you think about my mantra. I'm going to continue to develop it. But once again, thank you so much. And look, guys, you can create another income, right? And it doesn't take a lot of time. The stock market does all the work for you. You just got to be willing to put in the money and get the information. All right, and stop being cheap. Okay, takes a little money to make money. Okay, and my club is inexpensive for the value you'll receive. Okay, all right. Until next time, man. I love you guys. I appreciate the time, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.